Sick of sacrificing or settling in your romantic life? Welcome to Make Him Wonder with Coach Paula Grooms, where women struggling in real relationships ask the expert. Unscripted, unfiltered, understandable coaching conversations to help passionate women succeed in love.
Hi there, and welcome to Make Him Wonder. I'm your host, Coach Paula, a dating and relationship coach, licensed social worker, and author of the book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. I'm excited to talk today about an issue that is super important for us in relationships, even though it is relatively small in the scheme of things. It's still super important during this time of year if you are listening to me weekly. It's gift giving season, the holiday season, and questions come up around, what do I give my guy this season? For any occasion, it's important vis-a-vis your relationship, but it's expected during the holidays that people in relationships give each other gifts. But I'm going to challenge you on that today a little bit. So I want you to really listen in on this one. Super important for you, depending on your consumer or buyer. Yes. So maybe before you even listen to this, if you haven't taken the consumer versus buyer relationship test on any man that you have been seeing, and you can do that pretty early on, I would say a month in, go ahead and take the test. You can take that at willhecommit.com and click on relationship evaluation and find out if your man is an ultimate consumer, mixed messages consumer, prospective buyer, or bona fide buyer. You really have to do that because in order to know in an intellectual way rather than an emotional way where he is on the scale of being ready, willing, and able to commit, super important. You need to know that in order to know where you really are in terms of him, not your emotions, not your love for him, not your desire for him, but how he is feeling, so that you do something in terms of gift giving that can actually make him wonder. Yes. So let's get into it, because I want to go over quickly so you can go out this season and either get him what you need to get him or go back to the store and return what you have, because it really is an indicator when you give that gift of how you are feeling about him and how much you are thinking about him. And so we have to give that gift, or even in one instance not give that gift, to show him that you are a worthy opponent. You know, I talk about my worthy opponent approach. Men are about the 3 C's. Remember that. 3 C's of women, 3 C's of men. It's all in my book. And again, you know, I'm going farther along here in talking about consumer versus buyer. It is all in my book. And you need to get that to take a deep dive into your man once you discover, vis-a-vis the relationship evaluation, the consumer versus buyer relationship test, where he is on the scale in terms of being ready, willing, and able to commit to you. No matter what you are feeling from him, because as a pretty puppy that you are to him, You will feel that love in one way, shape, or form if he is with you. And that's also in the book. Super important to get that.
Want more information on anything you've heard discussed here today? Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One is available at all major book retailers. Or grab an autographed copy of Coach Paula's groundbreaking bestseller at whywon'thecommit.com.
We want to talk about the appropriate gift vis-a-vis your man, where you are in any relationship. And this can be for certainly holiday gift, but again, his birthday, anything, because you as a woman, your 3 C's, you are a connector, cooperator, and caretaker. And the worthy opponent strategy is that given these differences, it's difficult to understand that a man is all about his 3 C's and that there is an energy that you two pass back and forth. And for him, that is more like sports, whether he's a sports guy or not. As a male, that's how he understands relating very well. He's grown up with that, meaning competition, challenge, and conquering. Those are my 3 C's of men. Just think about someone like LeBron James. When he plays basketball, he enjoys it most when he is playing with folks at his level. If LeBron plays one-on-one with a high school basketball player, and he could even be pretty good, if he does, and LeBron wins, does it mean as much to him as if he won playing one-on-one with Steph Curry? It doesn't mean as much. And frankly, it isn't even as alluring or fun to him. And that's what it is like with a man, even in your relationship. He wants you to get it, to get him, and to really know the quote-unquote game. And I don't mean that in the negative connotation that we use the phrase game in our vernacular, but game in the way that I'm talking about worthy opponent here. So let's get to the gift giving vis-a-vis the worthy opponent approach, because that will win you points. We're going to talk about gifts vis-a-vis the consumer or buyer that you may be with. Again, go take the test. It's quick. It's online, willhecommit.com. If you're online dating, you can also take a test there to see where you fall on the scale of being knowledgeable about what works best in online dating for success. Okay, let's go through the consumers, the buyers, and what is good strategy for gift giving this season. If you're with an ultimate consumer, I'm sorry. That's a really tough place to be if you're liking this guy. It is unfortunate. because he can be charming, alluring, all of that. When he's with you, you basically get the feeling that you're getting all of him, but not at all. If your man has scored in this range, he enjoys what you give him, he likes spending whatever time he deigns to give you, but he is not considering anything beyond the moment with you. This is tough love here. You know it intellectually, emotionally. It's hard if you're with an ultimate consumer, but gift giving? Nope. Please. Whatever you've gotten, get rid of it. Give it to someone else, because you really can't give anything more to this man, and really you should be taking yourself out the door. That is the only way to show him your value and to help bring him up the scale. I have ways of doing that in my Lure Him In program for women to not be giving ultimatums, to be standing in their value, to be moving forward with their life, either with this man moving up the scale or moving forward because you know that he won't move up the scale after doing these strategies in a really kind, loving, and value-based way of showing him who you are, what you want in your life, standing in your value. It's a game changer. So, ultimate consumer, he gets nada, nothing. If he gives you something, accept it graciously, lovely, thank you, that's it. But again, we don't want to spend any time, any attention, anything on the ultimate consumer. Remember, we're the opponent. It would be like LeBron James walking into a high school basketball gymnasium and going up to the guys, please play with me. Will you play with me? It's laughable, correct? Of course, he doesn't do that. He knows his value. And this is what we have to know in the male mind of how they look at things and feel about things. They want to be that high school basketball player looking at you as LeBron James. Next, we've got the mixed messages consumer. Lots of guys fall here. Tough one. Because sometimes you feel like he's a real boyfriend and even the best boyfriend ever, only to the next day not feeling much at all, not getting anything much at all from him, sometimes MIA. It's a roller coaster for sure, and with gift giving, we need to be super, super conservative here. He's a mixed messages man? Okay, let's give him something concurrent with that. Give him a bag of mixed nuts. Are you laughing? It's not a laughing matter, though, is it? No. It needs to be something like that, meaning an afterthought. Truly. I want you to think under $10. Seriously. It doesn't matter whether you've been with your mixed messages man for 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. More than 3 years, oh my gosh, I hope not. And even if you've given him major gifts in the past, you've got to start showing that you are knowing you're becoming more of a pro. You are looking for your Steph Curry. Got to think there, ladies, because your man and his male mind is there. Okay, so your mixed messages man, an afterthought gift. That means, the gifts that are in an aisle at like the Rite Aid or CVS or Target or something. They're under $10. Almost impulse purchases like gum. That's what you need to think about here. Afterthought. Something you picked up on the way home. Can still be in the bag. Or just quickly wrap some tissue around it with a rubber band. No displays of anything. When you're making a big deal and a great gift and you think you're winning him over with it, not at all. It's exactly the opposite. Let him give you something of real value. You take it, you accept it, you thank him, you appreciate it. All of that. That's what the high school basketball player would be doing if LeBron James deigned to play with him, correct? Think about that for a moment, that analogy. LeBron James has come into his Cleveland, oh no, he's no longer with Cleveland, is he? He's in LA now. But he walks into a gym and he does a pickup game with a few of the high school guys there. And he does that a few times a year, and they know he's going to come back at Christmas. They give him the gifts for deigning to play with him. He doesn't give them anything. He's played with them, right? Of course, in the real world, real LeBron, if he did that, he might be giving them a grant to something, a scholarship or something, that's different. But if we use this analogy that you are him in this analogy, he should only be doling out a $10 Model Sports Shop gift certificate. Gift card, That's it. He played with them. You get the analogy? He is playing with them. That's the gift. They couldn't ask for more than that. My goodness, right? LeBron James is playing with them. That's how you have to think of yourself. So, mixed messages, afterthought, mixed nuts, on the way home, that's it. On the way home from work, when you're going to see him that night, that's it. Okay, so before talking about gifts for buyers, how about giving yourself a wonderful gift this season? And again, if you're with an ultimate or mixed messages consumer, let's take your money and put it here, because for only $9, you can give yourself the gift of Billy, the Billy razor. I was just given this. It's called My Billy, or spelled My Billy, MYBILLIE. You can go to mybilly.com for this amazing razor. This is a premium razor direct to you for half of the price of what you'd find in a store. I got my starter kit. It included 2 razor cartridges, a handle, and their magic magnetic holder for the shower. It feels so good in your hands. And let me tell you, ladies, the razor, fantastic. This is an Allure Best of Beauty winner and on Nylon's beauty hit list because Billy is the brand that finally got women's razors right. For only $9, you can get 4 refill blades every 1, 2, or 3 months based on how often you shave. Each razor cartridge includes 5 American-made blades encased in aloe shave soap. That was amazing. For the smoothest shave that's gentle on your skin. I love this. They also have more space between each blade to allow shave cream, soap, and hair to pass on by. You always get free shipping. You can skip, adjust, or cancel your subscription at any time. mybilly.com. To express a little love for our show, go to mybilly.com/wonder for 10% off your razor. It's a small way you can support Make Him Wonder while you're getting the best razor you will ever own for half the price of razors in the store. Plus, shipping is always free. This is a limited time special offer, so go now to save 10% off this amazing razor at mybilly.com/wonder. mybillie.com. I really love it. And I love the fact that we're doing something about the pink tax. Yes, women's razors can cost up to 15% more than men's. Yep, that's what the pink tax is. But the idea that women should pay more for the same product, it's really outrageous. So check this out. Try it out. I think you'll really love it. I really do. Okay, let's get to those prospective buyers, those bona fide buyers, those men that are actually prospects for long-term happiness. Not that consumers can't move up the scale to becoming buyers. I get asked that all the time. Can my mixed messages man become a buyer? Will he with time? Ooh, great question. It's going to depend on what you do and what you don't do. It is contextual. It is intricate. It's about you working on you to understand and do the really right things that stand in your value. Show him perhaps change in what you've been doing, shifting your energy. We can work on that together. It's a wonderful thing to do for yourself, and that is another gift that will last you a lifetime. So, with a prospective buyer now, let's talk about gift giving for him. You know, your prospective man is showing you consistency. He's showing you real interest. He is attending to your needs, not just his own. His messages aren't mixed or rarely mixed. Again, he is consistent. He's still not in the space of being a bona fide buyer. So he has questions. He has concerns. He's not there yet. They may have nothing to do with you or everything to do with you, and you won't know that. He's not going to tell you that. So you need to play it cool in terms of the gift giving. Why this is so important is that, you see, a man, just like we talked about with the worthy opponent strategy and the analogy of LeBron, it doesn't make a man feel good if you are overgiving, overspending, showing him those overt interests vis-a-vis gift giving. It doesn't make him feel good. and it doesn't increase his interest, it takes it down. So we'll go back to the LeBron example. If he walks into the gymnasium with huge gifts for the high school basketball players and is being, here's a big word, obsequious, meaning he's pandering to them about playing with him, and the gifts are felt like it's for their time and playing with him, oh my gosh, they feel icky about him. And they no longer look at him like the LeBron James he is. You see, if we take the idea that, he is mega wealthy, and if he deigned to walk into a gymnasium, he would be giving kids gifts. I mean, in the real world, I'm talking about this analogy of him being the player he is. I meant him being the amazing MVP that he's been all his life, most of his life. There's a feeling of like sucking up he would not be doing to any other player, not pro or pro. He just wouldn't. He doesn't have to, and he wouldn't, and it would be strange and feel icky to any player that he was sucking up to. It would feel icky, right? So that's what your man will feel if you overgive, overspend, and overreach in terms of gift giving vis-a-vis your relationship. So, the prospective buyer. We want to give him a token gift because this man has been consistent and we are secure in that consistency, but that's all we're secure in. So a token gift. And that is something like a gift card that is maybe $25, depending. Maximum $50, depending. All of these are depending because, again, I don't know the intricacies and the specificities of your relationship, your specific things going on, right? But think small, think token. A book. That's always a good one. And you can wrap it. A book. A really nice water bottle for the gym. It's a good one. A small bottle of his favorite vodka, whiskey, craft beer, like a fancier six-pack of his craft beer, something like that. But think token. And again, not going out of your way for it, just a little thought. Bona fide buyer. Okay, if your bona fide buyer is not your fiance or husband, again, we want to think a little bit higher end token gift. This could be tickets to his favorite game. Now, it depends, again, where you live and how much those tickets would be, okay? Maybe a small experience that he wants to have. But again, we want to keep it always under what you feel he will be spending on you. Again, we need to think sports. He makes a play, you make a play. He doesn't want to feel trumped. If you overspend, even if you have more than he does, and you can afford a wonderful gift, if you know he is not able to do that for you, then you have to think strategically, and it's going to be something under what he would be able to give. And I know that may not feel great for you. It's not what you want to do. But what does he want most of all? He wants to feel like the big man. He wants to feel accomplished, achieved, worthy of you. Again, we're talking about the bona fide buyer here. He needs to feel all those things, and if you trump him with a gift that he cannot keep up with, live up to, it does not feel good to him. And you might be thinking, well, all year he takes me out and spends money on me all the time. I don't want to be cheap and look cheap and cheap out on a gift. When he's done all of this for me, I want to show him how much he means to me. I get it. So that is where thought can come into it. Again, fiance, husband, we're not talking necessarily here about you not giving more in those cases because he's made that commitment to you. This is different. But even so, he wants to feel like he is giving to you. That's the natural order of things, male and female. You will be, as the woman, remembering things like the birthdays, the anniversaries, all of that, right? And you have plenty of years, should he be your fiancé or husband, to be doing those things. You know, we see all the time on TV about, car giving and that kind of thing. I mean, really? I don't know. Do you know anyone that's been given a car for Christmas that they didn't know was coming, and that the two haven't sat down and decided as a couple, you're buying a car? Let's be in the realm of reality here, not Madison Avenue. Your bona fide buyer brings you home a car. Fantastic. But you don't need to surprise him with that. Now, if he loves his car, as a bona fide buyer, maybe you want to give him something really special for that. Fiance, husband, how about detailing for that car? You might love that, right? Don't know how much that is. I mean, it's, I think, pretty expensive if you really go detailing a high-end car or detailing any car. I'm not sure. But again, you want to keep it under what you feel he will be spending. If you feel he's going to be giving you a diamond tennis bracelet, then the detailing for the car would be just fine, right? Adjust a little bit. But again, think about, in some ways, the effort and the thought being important in the case of the bona fide buyer more than the amount. And if you put in that thought vis-a-vis how much he can spend, you will do well. For example, you feel he can spend $500 this Christmas on a gift for you. And again, doesn't matter that he's been taking you out and spending money on you always in terms of going out. That's the natural order of things he wants to for his woman. But he also wants to feel appreciated. So thought comes into it here. Making something for him can be just as valuable here as spending a lot. Think thought for a bona fide buyer, and especially if he is a fiancé or husband. If he's not yet, we want to stay more conservative. In other words, if your man has scored as a bona fide buyer, but nothing has been coming forward with a ring, marriage, anything to lock it down, we want to stay conservative. He's spending, you think, $500? Spend $100. You get some nice things for $100 these days, right? That have thought behind them. Not more. Do not trump him. He wants to win. Read the book, 3 C's of Men. When we understand the male mind, we can attend to it in a way that a man will love, respect, honor, and want for a lifetime. I'm thinking that a really nice gift for a prospective or bona fide would be from Taz the Tailor. Your bona fide buyer, say he loved as a kid Spider-Man or any of the action figures that were in his childhood time. You can go and get a sheet shirt at tazthetailor.com. Really fun stuff. I did a podcast with Taz, podcast number 39, I believe. He talks all about his romance, his wonderful stuff, which he uses fabrics to make one-of-a-kind pieces that would otherwise go into landfills. And then he also uses women who are in need of jobs, who are craftsmen, many of them refugees, to do the one-of-a-kind pieces. It's really special for our environment, and special because when you wear a pair of shorts or a shirt that is connected to your childhood, they're really fun, and really I love them because of the colors, and it just makes you feel great. Definitely go there and check them out. Taz the Tailor sheet shirts and shorts. And if you use code FOREVER10, you get 10% off your entire order. And definitely check it out for those one-of-a-kind gifts. And this would be a thoughtful, affordable, wonderful gift to give even a brother, a father, but your prospective buyer, bona fide buyer, yes, absolutely. Definitely if fiance, husband, bona fide buyer, prospective, I think you will be able to find something there that could be in the price range you're looking for and also meaningful and show where your values are because of the story behind it as well. So going into the new year, really be thinking about where you are in your life vis-a-vis your romantic relationships. It's so interesting how we always come down to that the work is about us and getting to the divine right place with ourselves. And we do it in the programs vis-a-vis the men we are with. I am honored to help the women that I'm helping get to these new amazing places and proposals, or moving on from a relationship that was holding a woman back because she has evolved. It's just amazing stuff. And I give thanks this holiday season for that, for you here as a listener. Connect with me if you'd like to be on the podcast at realcoachingconversations.com. I would love that. Would love to talk to you. I'm wishing you all a wonderful 2020. And hopefully we will be, you and I, talking then In the meantime, make sure you are making him wonder.
Thank you for listening to Make Him Wonder. If you've benefited from today's conversation, please subscribe and share. Connect with Coach Paula at makehimwonder.com. There you can take several relationship evaluations, discover her books and other resources, and find out if one of her personalized coaching programs might be right for you.